What's going on, everybody? It's Bud. Hope I found you doing well today, and welcome back to another YouTube video on World of Tanks. We're going to be going for the 1 mark in little IS-3-II. This is just the tech tree that I've been working my way up. I am about 90k XP off of the tier 10. This tree has been lovely so far. I will add a caveat that I started this tech tree at tier 8. I don't know how the KV3 and the T150 are. They're low tiers, so I'm sure they can't be too bad. However, the IS-2-II and this tank have been beautiful to play. Before we hop into any games, though, I want to show you all of the stats over on TanksGG. Before we hop on to TanksGG, this is what my crew is. So we got Brothers, Repairs, Recon, Emergency, Situational Firefighting, Brothers Repairs Armor Quick Aiming, Brothers Repairs Smooth Ride Off-Road Driving, Brothers Repairs Ammo Tuning, Adrenaline Rush, and same thing on the other loader. Now, we can hop over to TanksGG. And once we get here, I didn't put Adrenaline Rush here, just because this is only active whenever, you know, you're really low on health, so I'm just leaving it off to give you a better view of the stats here. But you've got a pretty decent DPM value. I don't think it's amazing for the tier, but it's definitely not bad. You've got the 9.5 second reload on 390 is very nice. You got 0.33 accuracy, which is pretty good for a Soviet heavy. Let's be 100% honest here. I am using IAU and VSTAB though. I was using hardening turbo VSTAB. I was getting annoyed at missing, so I wanted to try to fix the missing, so I took off the hardening and put on an IAU. Cope, I know, but it's felt a lot better since I did that. So, because of that, we got a lot better dispersion and a lot better gun handling, so this thing actually feels good to play now. You essentially are a 703, but you had to use a V-stab to get it there. You go at 42, which is pretty good, especially for this thing. I didn't put off-road driving in here, so you get to your top speed on soft as well. 420 meters view range, which is amazing, but you are a heavy tank at the end of the day. One of the downsides of this tank, though, is only 292 millimeters of pin, and it's APCR, so it doesn't feel the greatest. I've only really struggled, like, I can count on one hand how many times my pin has mattered in the matches I've been in, so most of the time you're able to get things lower plates, so the 292 APCR just doesn't matter. It's fine. It can go through all the lower plates, you know? So, but this is the armor layout of the thing. Of course, this is it shooting itself with its standard rounds. As you can see, it may say IS-3-II, but this is like 30 millimeters thicker than what the IS-3's upper plate is. Maybe. I'd have to fact check that, but it is a lot thicker than what because the IS-3, it's literally green, and then you have a plate here and a plate here. That's about this thickness that this is right now. So the fact that you could be on even ground with this thing and you can't go through the upper plate is pretty nice. Now, of course, if you angle a little bit because it's a pike nose, well, yeah, they get it. But other than that, if you go hold down on this thing, yeah, they got a slim shot into the cupola, but it really isn't that bad. It's very comfy to play. And if you do decide to shoot premium, sure, your turret gets bent. But you know, if you're wiggling, you're moving your turret a little bit. Now, I will say in the matchups where, you know, if you get against something that has very good heat pin, like the American heavies, for instance, that's not the American heavy I meant to click on. This is. I mean, yeah, if you match something that's got some decent heat pin, you're just getting cheesed. I will say, if something has really good APCR pin, or having a, I don't know, you're brawling a leopard for some reason and he's deciding to spam gold, he can just shoot your gun mantlet and go straight through it on top of cheesing your turret. But, I mean, of course, it's a heavy tank nowadays, so everyone's just going to spam gold at you, so you have to be aware that people are just going to cheese your armor. So, although you do have some against your own tier, you're not going to have some whenever you do get into those +1, +2 matchups. So, but The thing that you have, that these people that are shooting you don't have most of the time, is 394 damage times 2. So yeah, they're going to shoot you for somewhere between 4 to, I don't know, 700 damage if you're shooting a 60 TP for whatever reason. You're going to hit them back for 8, 850, 9 if you high roll. It really doesn't matter. You can just out-trade with the people and, you know, you got 1900 health. This is what the mark requirements are for this thing right now. This is essentially, you trade all of your hit points away. If you trade all your hit points away, and you're trading a double every time, so you're trading 1 for 2, you're going to end up with this. So, it's just trying to trade 1 for 2 every time you make a peak. And you're going to be somewhere in this neighborhood of damage. So, we will hop into the first game. We'll see what we get. Janky. Okay. The Janky with a... I get to be top tier. Let's pop some boosters. The classic. Let's blacklist the artillery players. Cool. We're gonna go to the factory, because I'm a top tier heavy. Of course, I'm gonna go brawl at the factory. I didn't show it on Tanks GG, but this tank, because it is an IS-3 hull at the end of the day, you can reverse side scrape in this tank to a decent amount, and you'd be surprised the angle you can get away with. But, really, that probably means that bush. Okay, someone, let me not try to do the dummy dum-dum reverse side scraping yet. I actually pinned his cupola, wow. Wait for the shell, shoot again. That's fine. See, the crazy thing is, though, like, we have very similar DPM. He might have, like, a second on my reload, but if he has to play on when I peak, we have the same DPM. You know what I mean? Also, he's almost already out of the game, and that's amazing for us. If we can get the top tier heavy out of the game early, that's very good for us. Oh. Oh! Wanted to double him. Do I ever push into the window? No, because South is lost. See? I'll just wait for your cupola. Something about this gun shooting VK-1000s, it doesn't like to pin them. I would like for you to just swing me and I'll trade 1 for 1 with you. What didn't I pin? See if I can get one more shot on this tiger before I die. Okay, nice. I think I kind of have a decent reload. Okay, I'll take it. That's smart progression. When you lose to South, your TDs aren't allowed to sit in these bushes. They have to sit over here, right? When this happens, these guys get to drive to this position where the IS-3-II went. They just get to cross uncontested because they can't sit here because the lights spot them. So you just lose. Oh, there it is. Let's see how we did. I'm going to assume I was top on damage. Would you look at that? Didn't have a good game at all, but I'm top on damage because my team's terrible. That's a very odd selection of tier 10s, but... Crawling medium, heavium, sniping tank destroyer, artillery. It's interesting. I feel like you could just find 3 more tier 9s and make this a +1, -1 game. We got this map. last video in the lurver, and I went up here and kind of did jack shit. But I'm going to do it again. Both the Skoda, it looks like. Didn't hit both. Just hit one. But I'll take the spotting for it. For the tracking, rather. Gonna go ahead and full peek this guy since his side is out. Make sure I aim a little bit. That is the really nice thing about this tank. Ideally, you want to trade 1 for 2. But if you have to play on your singles, 9.8 second reload for 390 is still very respectable. This villain, you gotta, like, not die, bud. Yeah, that's a problem. Very nice. Kind of surprised the E50 hasn't bombed it around the corner yet. I'm gonna see if I can double the E50. God, I love this tank. That's why I use the IAU, by the way. There's a very high likelihood that without IAU, I miss those. So, I would rather hit them and secure my 700 damage than miss. I'm gonna wait for my shell. That's why I use IAU. Fuck you, Wargaming. Fuck you and your RNG accuracy. Angular tech here. See, I didn't even aim that one that well. If I take a shot from the 176 at this point, I don't really care. Oh, never mind. That's a single. Keep going. 176 could be back there. Look at that. I'll trade with you. I'll trade with you. IAU, I guess. I would like to keep playing around this truck because it will block his HE shell. Fun use of mechanics right here. He can't shoot me because I know he has an HE shell loaded. Yeah. Do you see how much damage this tank just does, though? If you just play for those opportunistic doubles. Like, I did nothing special, and I have 4,000 damage. You know what I mean? It's just so good. It's so good at what it does. Okay. Well. Oh. Hi. Oh. Oh, I'm jumping on you. Jump on the artillery for my mark of excellence? What? I'm alive? Kill me. How did I not die? How did I not die from that? The tank is so good. There's the 1 mark. That's a decent game for an apply. I mean, it's just so good. The E50M had the E50M was a very good player. I could tell that. You can get caught out by, I say average player. I don't quite think I'm average. I think I'm a little slightly better than average, but you can get caught out by a player like me and lose 800 of your hit points, and all of a sudden the rest of your game's fucked. You know? I know the spots too. I'm just not as good at not losing HP yet. You know what? In that case, I'm not just going to leave the video at 2 games. I'm going to play some more games. But that was a very good game. That was a very good game. Basically, you go there until you can guarantee push through that side like I did. You go there until things are weak enough for you to just go. And then you go use your HP to finish pushing through the flank. Full tier 9 game. Okay, cool. We got another IS-3-II. We have a Tiger Mouse, Type 68, BKB. So 3 of those things are good at side scraping, and then there's a Type 68. My Rambo thinks he's a medium. Also, the event on this map, I don't know who made those train cars. You should not be able to shoot in between them and underneath them. Like, I agree that this corner needs some type of cover here to make it playable. Because it is so much easier to play from where they are than it is to play from here, right? So much easier. I think I'm supposed to go right there, but I haven't tried that. I don't know how to play there yet. So, I just keep going to this corner, and I should not have a Leox here in front of me. This guy just shouldn't be here. This is not where you go in a Leox, sir, but... Don't block us, TS6. Okay. Yeah, let's go. I'm gonna pre-double. Drive forward here. Roll the BKB. Swing around this way, get my double ready. Aim for the engine. Didn't quite set him on fire, but that's okay. Wait for my shell. For like 2 seconds. Go ahead and drive forward. He's aiming at me. I don't care. I have hit points. I just don't have to care. For some reason, I thought that was going to be a mouse's cheeks. Okay. I don't know why I fight a tiger mouse so often, and I play the thing a lot. You know, it makes good credits. I know that the thing has a stronger turret than the mouse, and I still shoot it in the cheeks with less than 300 pin for some reason. Do we go back to base here? This game ended up being pretty close. Are they gonna push, or are they gonna go back to base? Is the thing. I'm gonna try to push and get vision. I don't know if this is the correct play. Probably not, but I'm going to try to ride the riverbed along the mid and see what happens. Hello, Foch. I think the Foch is in that bush. Still going to. Oh, he can't see me. Oh, I need to go forward then. I feel like the Foch is here. Right there. Am I spotted? I'm not. Gonna keep going. I guess. No, I don't. You're trying to dig out a bunch of sneaky tank destroyers and mediums. I don't really know the best way to go about this. Spotted from there. Nope. Okay. I guess they're all just hanging out up here, kind of thing. Hello, Serpentine. You don't have armor, but okay. Yeah. Yep. Nice. I got the Serpentine killed. The Foch... I mean, something could be in the bushes behind their base. Okay. So we know where the Foch is then. Just take the single. Just take the single. Nice. REs are splashing him. Oh. Okay. I'm exposed to that ridgeline. No idea how the T-30 spotted that artillery, but cool. Good stuff. Okay. Cool. Very nice. Gonna leave this. Try to get Artie safe. Yeah, it'd be so cool if you could drive up this. Well, that was a very interesting late game. I think I made the right play. Single R. Okay. Oh, Disturb is also back here. Yeah, okay. 3,500 damage, 1,100 assistance, you know? It's just so good. The only thing that it lacks is, a little bit more premium pen. It's the only thing it lacks. But you can clearly see I don't really need it. The one shot on the Tiger Mouse into the turret cheeks, that's just a skill issue. I don't know why I shot there. I had his lower plate and I shot his turret face. I don't know. Very nice, very nice. That should be another hell of an apply. Look at that, 15,000 XP. This tank likes this map. Ah, yes. Because you need to go into that position. Like you can do anything from there anyways. I like to just go there and try to shoot something in the lower plate, because there's always... this is like the thing you do. You just... Whoever gets here first gets a shot into the other person's lower plate, and there you go. Now you have one shot of damage. I have to high roll your lower plate? That's kind of crazy. Wow. Okay. I just wanted to see if I could high roll. I'm just not going to peek him now. Okay, I knew the Panzer VII had very good frontal hull armor. I didn't know that the Tier 9 did. Unless, well, it doesn't. If I had 340 heat, he doesn't. If I was an M103... Whoa, what are we doing, T10? That is not how we play the map. Oh, I want to double your lower plate. Oh, I want to double your lower plate. What is that? That's a T10? Oh, yeah. God, I love this thing. 808. Nice. We push forward a little bit. We say hello to Mr. E75. Wait. I don't know, taking one when I probably don't need to, but nice shot, bud. At that point, I should have doubled the first time. I don't know why I did that. Okay, with the E75 shot. Woo! You gotta watch for him. Fuck you. My fault for trying to leave. I don't know why a Stritzvong is right here. That's interesting. Go up into the hull down now. Come on. Okay, nice. Gotta get out of there 4:30, but don't die to the Stritzvong. Yeah. The leaving and letting the Panzerneck shoot me in the butt was a mistake. Should have realized that a whole lot sooner and left the second after he shot, if I wanted to leave, instead of waiting around for his reload to finish and then leaving, so he can just swing me again. Ashbringer, Mouse, Emil, T10. I could go over to the one line. I could go up to the hill. I don't really know the best course of action. I'm going to hope that the Mouse goes to the one line, and I get to shoot a Mouse in the turret a bunch of times. That's what I'm going to hope. I don't see Mouse right there, so we could still end up running into the Mouse over here. Ashbringer, that's not a Mouse. There's the Mouse. Okay, that's definitely something you can do. Come on, Mouse. Got 8 seconds before the Artie can shoot again. That should have pinned, but okay. Maybe I get to double him? I'll take that double. The Mouse is just getting moused, like, The mouse in 2026 is just not, it's just not it, Chief. You have armor, but then you don't because armor flashlight exists now. I'm gonna get unspotted. I'm gonna wait for the Ashbringer to shoot, and then, okay. I was gonna say I'm gonna go do what the E100 is currently doing, but he'll kill the mouse, and we can continue pushing this way. I want to shoot the DBV. That looks like I pinned him. We'll see. Nope, no shot there. Probably worth going out and around at this point. Ooh, tight. There he is. Nice. Now, do I take one from the Ashbringer just to go kill the Artie? I don't want to, I'll be honest, and play amongst the various holdup. Please shoot. Please shoot. Make him shoot. He shoots, I go kill the Artie. Nice. I go kill the Artie. I was hoping I would high wall, but that's okay. I get to go over here, and I have this hold down to play against the Ashbringer and whatever mediums might be there. TP lower plate is very small, so I wasn't expecting both of them to go in. I just wanted to sling them just in case. You're gonna swing me, so it's technically more damage on him, but I can shoot them both, so go ahead and shoot him in the butt, and then go around this corner and shoot the type in the lower plate. Thing, and just keep going, because he's last alive. If I did pin the double on that DBV, this is another, like, 4K. Sure. My fault. Should have shot the lower plate. Yeah, that was a very good game. Good push from my heavies, and good job from the teammates on the hill. Because they were outnumbered, but they just won it. It's a 28 showing, and that should be... I should have an extra 750 from the DBV. 36. Hell yeah. That's another good play. Yeah, very good, very good, very good. Cyanide slam. 804. 804. Hell yeah. Got 8 minutes on the boosters. Hopefully we don't get a blowout loss. This tank's just so fun. A little bit of awareness, though. To be like, okay, it's the Ashbringer versus... Well, the Ashbringer and the Type versus the three of us with an artillery at the corner. Ashbringer goes on reload, Type can't see me. I'm gonna go kill the pig. And then now I have a crossfire for the other two. So, yeah. Just a little bit of game sense right there in moments like that. Just it ends up giving you... I mean, that literally gave me 1200 damage. Just from a little bit of game sense, you know? We're just gonna go to the castle and try to farm. I got lucky. I'm not quite sure how I bounced a gold brown to my hull, but I'll take it. On a side scrape with a pike nose. I wish there was hard cover right here. So you could like take one shot and cross and get right here and fight the window, fight these guys, and then side scrape off of it and fight those guys. Instead of this being the side scrape. You know what I mean? That's interesting. Is that the top turret? That's the top turret. Watch this. Look at this game knowledge. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Okay, my fault. If a contender has the top turret, you can shoot the bottom angled plate of the turret right there. Wait. Hold on. Look at me. Come on. What do we... Okay. Can my shells go, like, where the yellow is? Okay, that was me shooting the floor. That was me trying to shoot the bottom half of his turret. Just gonna push. Just need some damage. That's why I wanted my second shell. Something got aggressive and swung me. Sometimes this tank does just have games like this where the gun does not go where you aim in the fucking slightest. And that's not even a problem with the tank, it's a problem with the game. It's RNG accuracy at the end of the day. I don't have a shot there. Okay. I was gonna say, if that misses, I'm gonna get real mad. The fact that I have this little damage and I would only lose 0.2 on the mark, though. I don't know how the mark requirements for this thing are as low as they are. When you've seen the potential that it has. When you play it averagely, like, I wouldn't call myself a good player. I'm alright, but then, you know, I do shit like that where I kind of drive out into the open for no reason. Are you facing this way? Oh, you are. Yeah, so that is a mix of bad aim and RNG accuracy. Yeah, I mean, I should have been, like, up here if I aimed ever so slightly better. That was a very good use of one booster, though. I mean, what a session that is. 3.1k average. Yeah, let me show you now what I was talking about with the contender. So, here's what the stock turret looks like. It's kind of rounded on the sides, right? And this one, it has pretty much the same armor as the top turret. It's just the cupola's a little bigger, and you've got this kind of forehead to worry about. And if someone's shooting you with, you know, 340 heat pin, they just kind of cheese this, right? If you use the top turret, we'll go back to the visual model, you can see it's much more square, so that's kind of how you determine. But the top turret has this auto ricochet and this auto ricochet, right? And you can still get cheesed by 340 heat, but as you can see, this is 320 effective, whereas the stock turret was 330 effective. So tier 10 mediums would have a problem going through your turret with the stock turret. However, the problem that the top turret has compared to the bottom turret, you can shoot right here at the bottom of the turret. And do you see that? At the bottom right there? It says ricochet, then 100% chance. It's a shot trap into the hull. So if you shoot right here, it ricochets down and goes into the top part of the hull right here. If you're grinding the contender, don't use the top turret. There's another tidbit of information. A, IS-3-II is an extremely good tank. B, don't use the top turret on the contender. Even though I couldn't showcase it in the game because I was terrible and couldn't aim for shit. Yeah, with that all being said, that was an extremely good session in this thing. 3.6 combined. If you needed any more convincing to go down the Russian double barrel tech tree, I would do it just for these two tanks alone. And I haven't even played the tier 10 yet. I'm going to assume I'm going to like that thing too. So, with all that said, we'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for hanging out.